Shalom. This is your brother Samat. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and double honors to our apostles and elders, which are at Great Millstone, who do rule well, taught us his truth. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect, the men that's doing his work of truest sincerity, and to the Akwafas listening and learning. To you, I say Shalom. All right, now, coming with a quick lesson, um, touching on, endurance. Because I've been paying attention to a few brothers, on the IG, different brothers' lessons, and it's and just people I know personally, a lot of people catching hell right now, man. People going through issues with, dealing with the woman, dealing with the children, dealing with the work, finances and things of that nature. Um, you know, but and even just shit that attacks you in the mind, just spirits and mood swings, emotions. These are different things that we're subject to, you know, to try our faith and to try to bring us to a low place. But seeing as though we know that Satan, you know, wants to sift us as wheat, we have to be very conscious and aware, and mindful of these emotions. And there's nothing wrong with going through, the emotions where you're like, man, fuck this shit, man. I'm done. I'm tired. I can't do this no more. But it's all about how you let your emotions affect your actions and your faith. Because faith without works is dead, right? So let's start James, the first chapter, and I'll start from the top. James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. So, we have to count it all joy when we fall into diverse temptations. Why? Because we know that, it says many places in the scriptures, in Proverbs and Psalms, that the Most High chasteneth those whom he loved. He chasteneth those he loved like a son. And it says, and also says, blessed is he who was persecuted for righteousness' sake. Roughly paraphrasing, man. And many other scriptures that back up to support that claim. And it says, like it says, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. And that's really what it is, man. You go into the definition of patience. Let's do it. So you go into the definition of patience, right? It says the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset, man. And that's what patience is. And to highlight these two words, angry, upset, right? You can feel anger, right? You can feel being upset, right? But it's acting on those emotions and letting those emotions dictate, your mood per se, and let's read it. Let's go into the definition. Angry, feeling or showing strong annoyance, displeasure, hostility, full of anger. Right. So as you can see, it's an adjective, but yet also it's a verb at the same time, right? Because like I says, or showing strong annoyance, right? Actually, wearing that emotion on your sleeve, that is where, you start to need to check yourself. You can be angry inside. We are angry, man. The Most High is angry. Scripture say the Most High is angry with the wicked every day, and he hates them with the perfect hatred. And we the same, man. We hate our enemies with the perfect hatred. We hate this world, man. And we hate our lives, man. We don't hate our existence. Don't get hating your life with hating your existence. Hating your life is simply as hating your circumstances, man. And yes, we're content, with the Most High has given us. Of course, we're all forever grateful. But at the end of the day, the scriptures say, hate your life, man. And you have to apply wisdom to that to really understand what it means. We hate our circumstances. Who wouldn't hate? If you were in the Israel, if any other nation was in the Israelites' situation, they would hate their lives as well. We're so far disenfranchised. We don't own any land, any culture, any language, any currency, any military, any boats, any riches, any knowledge. We have nothing. As a people, we and in reality, we lost who we are, and we lost our power, man. And it called all Yahweh Shimi Hawashai that we've been able to have the benefit and the blessing of receiving this just knowledge, coming into the know of this, that who we are, to be the fulfillment of prophecy itself. We are the fulfillment of prophecy itself. Pursuing the Baruch, but the fourth chapter, it says we shall wake up and remember ourselves, roughly paraphrasing, in our captivities. We shall sing to the Lord a new song. We shall call upon the Lord and think upon His name. We're the fulfillment of those prophecies, man. And that's a beautiful thing to be a part of that, man. To be a part, to do this work. So yeah, so what? There's for lack of better terms, there's risk that comes with everything, But the higher the risk, the higher the reward, man. So us on this side, our risk would be considered what, persecution, scoffed, mocked, forsaken, hated. Yahweh Shai said, "You shall be hated of all men for my sake," man. And that's a beautiful thing, man. They hated Yahweh Shai, so they're gonna hate us. But what? We suffer for Yahweh Shai's sake, just as Yahweh Shai suffered, we're also to suffer too. Why is that? Because Yahweh Shai had to suffer, to receive His kingdom and to receive His glory and everything that was handed down to Him, which is everything, and it's not something that can really be spoken in words. And us being joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, as He has granted us, through the promise of His Father, we're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. So we're going to, so not only are we going to reap of His reward, but we also have to reap of His risk, and His, like I said, that risk not being actual risk, but that risk being His sufferings, man. I'm just, like I said, there's a lack of better terms. For us to reap of that award and those benefits, man, we have to also reap of those sufferings that He also went through, man. It may not be necessarily the same physical sufferings He went through, but surely we go through very similar mental and emotional sufferings as well. Complacency, that doubt demon might come on brothers at moments. It happens, but you check it. The being an outcast, it's rough, man. It's rough being an outcast. Imagine being neglected and looked down upon, and scoffed and mocked at every time you come around. People, are hissing, metaphorically speaking, hissing and wagging their tails, man. But and soon come, those same sufferings are gonna, come into the physical. We're gonna be demonized and snatched up and thrown into prison houses, some tortured, some killed, man. But through the spirit and power of Hashem Yahushua, He's not going to put anything on a brother more than he can handle, And having faith in those days, if you get in the situation to where you're caught up, to where there's feels like there's no end, the Lord could, the Lord is beautiful, man. If you get into a situation where you got to be put to death, the Lord will make it quick and painless, man. But in the sense of reality, it's a painful death. But the Lord will put it on, take His spirit from you before, that whatever happens to you. And even coming down to if it comes down to some type of form of torture, the Lord can put the spirit on you to numb you, man. Numb you to the pain, or make the pain to the point where it is painful but bearable, We've all experienced some kind of pain that was painful but yet bearable at the same time. It was more discomfort rather than pain in a broad sense, Let me get back into the scriptures. For James 1, and I'm left off at 4. It says, "But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. And if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given to him. Right. So let patience, do what patience do, man. You just sit back and you wait, and you do what you got to do, man. It's just that simple. You patiently wait. Or I always like to say in the world, a lot of people say, in a worldly sense, good things come to those who wait or who are patient, but in a better sense, I would say, and that applies to this truth as well. Good things come to those who patiently hustle. It's like if you wanna become a millionaire, right? You're not going to become a millionaire just sitting around and playing lottery tickets all day long. I'm patient. One day I'm gonna hit it. No, yeah, it could happen, but in what's the odds of that? Where your odds are more likely to become a millionaire by you working in trial and error, creating an invention. Your odds are far greater becoming a millionaire by creating an invention or some type of service or product, and through trial and error, and patiently, going through the motions of that, rather than playing the lotto. Because playing the lotto doesn't require any work. You go down to the gas station or 7-Eleven or whatever, or a corner store, the bodega, and you fill out. You just pay the $2 or the dollar, whatever the price is, and you put some random numbers or scratch off or whatever, and you just wait. It takes nothing, no work. But in its truth, like it says, verse 5, if any man lack wisdom, let him ask the Most High, that giveth to all men liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given unto him. But a precept to that would be, I believe it's Wisdom of Solomon, where it says wisdom. Matter of fact, let me just grab it. Sirach. All right, so it's Sirach 38:24. It says, the wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that have little business shall become wise. Exactly. So, the Most High will give you wisdom if you ask and seek for it. You can't just ask for wisdom and do nothing. That's asking for the Lord to give you knowledge and wisdom on carpentry, but yet you never read any books or watch any videos on carpentry. You just expect to be like the Matrix, that you just get the knowledge and wisdom downloaded into your brain, without having to do anything, without any studying. No, you actually have to work. You have to, scripture say, study to show that self-approved, man. But to get on topic, man, we have to work. We have to endure these things, man. We have to be patient. Like I said, we're suffering the same sufferings Yahweh Shai went through, but we're also going to reap the same rewards, man. I'm going to jump to our next script. This is Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So as long as we endure unto the end, man, that's what it's all about. Endurance. That's what the things you should be praying for are endurance, man. For faith, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, humility, contentment. These are the things that we should be praying for, man. Protection, which endurance, and protection can go hand in hand, but pray for both, pray for brothers. Those are the things that we ought to pray for, and it's okay if every once in a while, you may be in need of some type of deliverance, whether it's financially or physically, and you ask the Lord, if you sick, you got an ailment, ask the Lord to heal you, man. And also, in a sense, take care of your body. And, and if, the Lord will heal, if it's in the Lord's will, he'll heal you, man. You just got to have faith in it, too. So, endurance is an action word. To endure is an action, You can't just say you endure. You have to actually endure, man. So when you go through these tribulations and afflictions, you have to put on the whole armor, and you have to show your faith and your patience through your actions, man. I've been through some shit, and and occasionally I get in that, man. Fuck, there's always some bullshit going on, occasionally, but I get over it, you know, and very quickly I get over it, and then I move on, and that's what we ought to do, and that's part of our endurance. And we really ain't seen shit yet, man. Things are going to get a lot worse and worse, but that's why we ought to build ourselves up now and to constantly meditate on the times to come, Jacob's trouble and these different things, and seeing the chariots and, seeing the Lord's might and power and, whatever evils multiply in the earth, in those days. Because it says that the day of the Lord is darkness and not light, man. So we all going to see that darkness. But whether we reap it at darkness is the difference. So, we got to gird ourselves up and, just take that shit on the chin, man. Whatever we going through, take it on the chin, man. Can't be little bitches all the time, man. You can't just be bitching about everything, complaining about everything, And I've been, and I'm learning this, just through trial and error, man. I'm not much of a sharer, of my afflictions. I pretty much just go through what I go through, and then that's it, man. The only people that hear, my so-called complaints or know my afflictions really is, the Lord, and my woman, because, those the only ones that's with me, really. So, but, other than that, man, when it comes to brothers, man, I don't, every brother going through their own shit, man. Why should I have to cast my burdens upon them? The Lord said, cast your burdens upon the Lord, But at the end of the day, Scripture say, be content with the godly man, because he'll be there to, roughly paraphrase, he'll be there to when you stumble, he'll be able to understand and give you proper guidance and empathy and things of that nature, Going over to Numbers 14 to 18, it says, Yahweh is long suffering and of great mercy and forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation. So the Lord is long suffering, man. It seemed like something is just happening for so long and it's just no end, but there's an end, man. There's a purpose and a reason. And if you can just be patient enough to see that, you'll realize it, man. It's a lot of things that have happened to me that in a moment I just be like, yo, this makes no sense. Why is this happening? And then maybe a year, maybe 2 years, maybe it takes a decade for you to realize, like, for example, like I had bought a car, a really nice car. I loved it, man. I had like a 3 Series BMW, a used joint. I spent $10,000 on it. Got a little loans. It was nothing crazy, but personally, I like that car. I'm a car guy. I like to work on cars and modify. That's a little thing of mine. I bought it. It was a great deal. Like, it was a great deal. 2011, I bought it last August for 10,000 with 60,000 miles. It was pristine. It was clean. It was like the deal of a lifetime. And it had it for a whole year. No, I'm sorry, I lied. I bought it of June of 2020. If I'm not mistaken, it was June 2020. No, June 2019, and then in August of 2020, which was last year, I was laying in bed, 7 o'clock in the morning. It was a bad storm. I just so happened to park my car in a specific parking spot on a block. It's a bunch of other cars. A random tree, boom, fell right on my car, crushed it, totaled it. No other car was affected, just my car. It was just like, wow, And I rarely ever park in that spot. It was, and I still to this moment don't understand why the Lord did that, And then, it was just like, damn, bro, like, fuck. And I didn't feel nothing. I was numbed, when it happened. I was just like, it is what it is, man, And I still to this day don't know why the Lord took it, but one of the brothers in the camp was like, hey, listen. He was like, listen, making a joke, but serious at the same time. Like, yo, you never. He said, listen, that joint was finna blow up, and you ain't even know it. Hey, listen, bro. The Lord moves in His. I like to say in the world, God works in mysterious ways, man. But back into the scripture, You know, he's long suffering. You know, and he won't clear the guilty, man. You know, he visits the iniquity, like you said, from the fathers going to the children, third and fourth generation. So you know, we are also reaping of our past sins, but you know, we doing this work. The Lord is also, if we be of those men of that number, we're also justified and glorified. So you know, it's a journey, man. You know, this truth, this walk of ours is a journey. And I'm gonna end off here. This is James 5:11. You know, it's the wooey. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard the patience of Job. We all know what the patience of Job and all what he went through, and have seen the end of the Lord. That the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. So at the end of the day, man, whatever we going through, that what's the end of the Lord? The kingdom of heaven is where we're gonna be granted spiritual bodies, eternal life, man, glory, everything, man. The galaxies, bro. Listen, the end of the Lord, man. Scripture say, "Better is the end of a thing than the beginning," right? The end of the Lord. At the end of the day, through all His long suffering, all His temptations, all His afflictions and tribulations, at the very end, if we endure, we'll we're going to be rewarded for that, and the reward from the Lord, man, is far beyond our comprehension and our wildest dreams, man. So, Lord willing, this video was edifying to you brothers and sisters out there. Shalom and a Baba Ball.